and welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So I have here another pen for review. I'm going to unbox this pen here. This is a pen from Mr. Cypress. Excellent handmade fountain pens from Mr. Cypress, Taiwan. So this has come a very long way to me. And I'd have to say this is the first pen that I've actually bought directly from Taiwan as well. So this is an interesting pen, and then will be an interesting unboxing and review for me. So I think let's unbox the outer box here, and you'll see here that you have this padded cover. You'll see here a warranty form here, and it will give you the model number and the date at which it expires. And then you have this, if I remove the box, a inner box here, which has this sort of lovely sleeve around it just to keep the box closed. So we'll remove that. And the reason why it's to keep it closed is that this is a magnetic lid box. So the whole lid will be removed as I lift it, and you'll see there it has 4 magnets on each corner there. And here you'll see a Cypress fountain pen card with their details there, and sometimes you do get a gift from them. So this was the first pen that I ordered, and I just ordered one pen and I got this free peacock kimono, silk kimono. So you may get something like this, you may not. I have ordered a couple of other pens and I got a different gift. I also got with this as well a set of B5, and this is Tomoe River paper. You can see here. I didn't get this on my second order though. I only got it on the first order. You will also receive a Mr. Cypress bag as well. So very interesting there to receive that. But the kimono though was a gift. So and they do stipulate on the email that the items that they are sending to you is a gift. And that was the same for this silk kimono and also the Tomoe River paper. So it's not a guarantee that you're going to get that. They may continue to do gifts. They may stop doing gifts. I don't know. They're probably going to change them up, and that's certainly what I've seen. So we'll remove the silk kimono, and then you have this pen in a sort of felt pen roll there as well. And this is a pen. So I'll remove the box out of the way, and I will zoom in a little bit so you can see this pen in all its glory. So this is a absolutely stunning pen, and I really do like this. It's a beautiful pen, and I would have to say I will certainly buy more pens from Mr. Cypress. Now this is technically called the Eggshell 06, and this has not like the Tatcha Eggshell Raden pens. This where they have quail's eggs. These are duck's eggs, but you can see here the duck's eggs and also those abalone strips there throughout the cap and also the body there. It really is a beautiful pen. The cap finial there is eggshells, and likewise the blind cap there is also eggshells. But this is a really good pen. It's an oversized pen. It's about 150 millimeters in length from what they said on their website. It's also a somewhat girthy pen. It's not the thickest pen that I have, but it is thinner than maybe some of the Tatcha Miabis, for instance. Now, if I unscrew the cap, what you will see here is it has a number 6 size Cypress nib. So Mr. Cypress actually do Bock and Yovo nibs, but they also will fit into a Bock or Yovo nib housing, their own Cypress made in-house nibs. And this is an 18 karat gold nib with an ABS plastic feed. So you'll also notice here there's a lot of speckles. These are abalone or Rawdon across the section there. If I unscrew the body, you're going to see there it is a cartridge converter, almost empty. But this is actually a really nice size in my hand. I do like this a lot. You cannot post the cap. It's not designed to do so. And that, I would say, is typically the same for a lot of these Mr. Cypress pens. The easiest way, I would say, to try and tell if you would be able to post the cap or not is if you look at the body here. If it's flush, then the chances are you are not going to be able to post a cap. And that, I would say, is pretty much the same for most pens. Because if the diameter of the cap is the same as the body there, you're not going to be able to get it to fit. But this is a really nice pen. And I like the idea that, and I'm seeing that this is a trend. I see a Noto doing this, is that they offer these with steel nibs. So you can actually get it with a steel nib if you want. And in most cases, it's a Bock or Yovo steel nib. You can upgrade it to a Mr. Cypress 14 karat gold nib for around about $80 US. You can upgrade it for a Mr. Cypress 18 karat gold nib for around $120 US. And then if you want the Bock or the Yovo gold nibs, then you're looking around about $180 US. So it's an interesting take, so that you can. I bought this with a Bock nib, or it was a Mr. Cypress nib in a Bock housing. So I could remove this nib and I could actually take another Bock nib and screw it in, because it's using the same housing. So for me, that's actually quite an interesting way of being able to order nibs. And I know of somebody else that's bought Mr. Cypress, and they typically do not order a nib and then they put their own gold Bock or Yovo nib into the pen. These nibs do unscrew quite easily. It's inked up at the moment, so I'm not going to show you that, but they do unscrew quite easily. So actually, I can probably show you. I'm just going to need to get some kitchen towel, because there is a little bit of ink, I guess, left still in that section, or in that converter. So let me just show you quickly. You would have to take, obviously, the converter off, but here is the nib, and I'm just going to grip it so I don't get too much ink on my fingers. And here you can unscrew the nib from the section. So it's nice and easy. It's not a hard nib to unscrew. The only thing I would say or suggest is that if you are wanting to change nibs, I would say before you ink it up, just make sure that the nib isn't that tight, because they were screwed in a little bit tight, but you could still unscrew them. And if you get some ink between the nib unit and the section, like on most pens, it might have like a tendency to kind of act like glue and glue it together. So if you want, or you think you may want to swap the nibs over, before you ink it up, just unscrew that nib and feed, and just screw it back up, but just screw it up lightly, and you should be okay. So I think with that, let's do a size check. We'll do a weight check. We'll do a pen comparison, and then we'll do a writing sample. So the full length of the pen, the website says it's about 150.9, and I would echo that. I'd say it's about 151 millimeters in length. The length of the cap, I would say, is 65 millimeters in length. So that is a nice size cap. And we'll check the length of the pen to the tip of the nib, or the tip of the tines. We're looking at 135 millimeters. So that, I would say, is an oversized pen. and you can see, obviously, in the size of my hand, that's actually a really good size. Even though you cannot post the cap, I normally wouldn't post the cap. We'll do a weight check as well. So this is inked up, but as you saw, there really isn't a lot of ink left in the pen. So we are looking just over 30 grams in weight. The weight of the cap, we are looking at just under 10 grams in weight. And then the weight of the body, we're looking at just under 21 grams in weight. So it's a fairly lightweight pen. It's not a heavy pen by any stretch, but it is quite nice. And so you can see there, this Raden really is beautiful. So I think with that, let's do a comparison with other pens. So we have an Anoto Sterling Silver Platinum Jubilee, an Anoto Sterling Silver Coronation Pen, a Tatcha My Abbey Winter's Breath, a Tatcha My Abbey, and this is the Empress Winter's Breath. We have a Mr. Cypress Raden, another Mr. Cypress Raden. We have a Tweeko Seishu Dragon in green, a Tweeko Seishu Dragon in red, another Mr. Cypress pen here, and we have an Anoto Christmas Carol. So I think let's now go and do a writing sample. So this is the Mr. Cypress, and the actual pen here is actually called Eggshell E06, and this I went for a medium, and it's a Mr. Cypress 18 karat gold nib. And then the ink in here today is Pelican, Edelstein, and it's Appetite, which is the 2022 ink of the year from Pelican. Now, in terms of line variation, I went for a medium, and I would definitely say I'm getting a Western medium here. And if I push a little bit harder, I can get maybe closer to a broad. It is a 14 karat gold nib, so I wouldn't want to push it too much. But you can see here that it does give you some line variation. And if I continue to do some vertical lines here, you'll also see there's no hard starts or skips. So from that perspective, it's actually quite a well-tuned nib. I will do an ink wetness test. Now, this is Pelican Edelstein Appetite. It's a bit of a teal coloured, turquoisey coloured ink. I do find the ink is a little bit dry. It's not necessarily the pen. I think I will probably ink this pen up with a more wetter, lubricated ink. But I do like it in this pen. It does have a lot of purplish Raden abalone shell stripes in it, or strips. So I'm tempted to put a purple ink in there. I do have a few other pens inked up with a purple ink as well, though. So maybe I will, maybe I won't. But at the moment, I thought I would go for the Pelican Edelstein Appetite. What do I like? What do I not like about the pen? Well, the cost of the pen was actually pretty good. It worked out, I think, with a 14 karat gold nib around about $900 US. I think with a steel nib it was closer to $700 US. So I from that perspective, I do think it's actually not a bad price, considering all of the artwork that has gone on this pen. Now, Mr. Cypress employ many different artisans, or actually have them doing the work on these pens. So you don't get to know the artisan that's actually done the work, but you do get a wonderful pen, and you do have the option of a steel nib if the $900 dollars is a little bit too high for you. But if you compare this to, say, something like a Thatcher Miyabi, then like for instance this one here, you are going to be paying probably 2 to 3 times more for that price. So I think it's in essence is a really good price, and I can't really fault the pen in any way. I like that it's not the price of a Thatcher Miyabi Winter's Breath. I also like that you can get steel and 14 karat gold and 18 karat gold nibs, as well as a regular Bock or Yovo nib if you wish as well. So you do get the choice there of being able to choose what material nib you have, and also from what brand of nib. If you like Bock more than Yovo, then you can go for a Bock nib. If you like Yovo more than Bock, you can go for a Yovo nib. If you don't really mind, you can go for a Cypress nib like I did here, and actually save yourself a little bit more money compared to the 18 karat gold Bock or Yovo nibs. So there you have it. That's my Mr. Cypress Eggshell 06 unboxing and review with a medium 18 karat gold nib. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video. Bye bye.